Hey everybody, how you doing, Jenna, Robbie, Brad, and Brian? How was your weekend?
Hey,
Fantastic.
yeah,
Doing Jenna, Robbie,
awesome.
Brad, and some is that
Oh,
me? No, that's not
somebody's
me.
got audio on. Turn
Okay,
your audio off.
yeah, I know,
I'm
right?
quiet.
Good,
Man,
good. How was
there we go.
your weekend? How was
Mine's
your
off.
I don't think it's
Jenna's is
mine.
off. Must be Robbie's.
Okay, so
Nope, we're good now. Clear.
yeah, I think we're good. I don't hear any feedback. Apologies for the feedback. Thanks, David Lorenzo and Gary Bauer and Matt Bagwell. We had a great weekend, Brad.
Yep, David, Matt,
And Jenna
Jerry.
also had a great weekend. And I know, Brian, you did too, because did you get the, Brian, I'll start with you. Did you get to fly your V-copter this weekend?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you did?
Nice.
How
Yes,
was
I
it?
did. I flew the V copter. I flew the Nano Plus. I flew the Mavic Mini, the original, and there was one more. I think the Femi. Yeah, the Femi Mini. I flew all of those this week.
2 years ago, I heard so much about that B copter. More than 2 years ago, really, right? And wanted that thing so bad, and waited and waited and waited. I didn't put any money down on it, but then when I saw it, I was kind of disappointed. Now, it's unique, but I don't know. It's kind of disappointed in all the hype for 2 years, and then you know, I
Well,
don't know.
why do you get it, right? I mean, just to fly something unique, or
Right, right,
is it camera, or I mean,
yeah,
I don't
The
yeah.
know.
camera they've updated it. It's way better than it was when I got it.
Oh, really?
Oh, the video is way better than when I got it. They've incrementally updated every. I think they put out 3 updates, and every update they've had, the video has gotten way clearer and way well. It always was real stable. The video, it was just a little. The video was a little soft when I
Yeah.
the first video I made with it. The video was very soft, and I had to sharpen the video in the post. You know what I mean?
Was
But
that thing?
now
It was.
I don't have to do that no more. They've sharpened that up, and they've tightened all that up.
So, Brian, when it first came out with the video, and I don't know if it still holds true today, wasn't it a little jello-y as well?
I've
Trying to.
never had any jello
Oh, you
effect.
never had that?
No,
Okay,
no.
okay.
I mean,
I
maybe
thought.
somebody else has, but I haven't had any
Yeah, I
jello.
thought I thought I had heard that right when they released it. Somebody said that, but maybe it was just one experience.
Hey,
Yeah, well, I
Brad,
think
wasn't that
the one
after?
guy over there in Hong Kong, he was the first one to have one.
Yeah, I remember
I
that. I
don't.
remember that video.
Yeah, you remember that guy, the Ali
Yep,
Shimo or whatever his name is?
yep.
Um, I call him Alibaba, whatever the hell. Yeah.
Alibaba.
But anyway, he was the first one to get his hands on one. And actually, I think I might have even told Al, VCopter actually sent me a real nice email the other day thanking
Hmm.
me for making these videos and putting these videos out there.
Yeah,
You know,
you,
Nice.
like
Oh,
you
nice.
said,
so
you're
I
fishing
thought
for
that was
another
kind of nice.
video.
I thought that was kind of nice of them
Tell
to.
them thank you. Thank you comes in the form of gifts.
Well, hey,
Maybe
you know
maybe a
what? They have
prize.
they have that a little mini one. They're going to produce one of those in a mini. One of the sub
Well,
250s. I've actually already seen it fly. So hey, maybe
Yeah. Well, maybe they'll reach out to you.
maybe they
All right.
will.
I'm going to do a couple administrative things here, guys. So thanks for joining, everybody. Chris Hope is here, Steve
Yep.
Hucknalls, and Wayne,
hey,
Charles
Brad, didn't that
Bluestein.
come out
Thanks for
after
coming by.
Minefield? After we went to Minefield, didn't it come out after that? Because the
It did.
first one that I saw
Mhm.
was when Ken Herron flew it with Kelly
Yep.
Green.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, he
Oh,
flew
yeah.
it. I think
He
he flew
flew it
it
at
before.
Austin.
He,
Remember?
yeah, he flew it in Austin at Spin Up as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was. Let's see. He flew it before Spin Up with Kelly Green, I think. But yeah, it was right around the same time. But he did bring it there. But he had a lot of issues with it for the first 15 minutes, and then he finally got it in
Yeah.
the air, I think. And
Yeah.
Jenna, you were out there. You watched
Yeah.
him fly that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I got a good video of that. And Brian, I took it with the Zeno Mini Pro. How do you like that?
The legend.
Yay! Okay. So, Jenna, you had an exciting weekend. Can you give us a little, I guess, cliff notes about what was it and what you did and what you got out of it? If you got some video you want to share, you're welcome to share it. I'll be
Yeah, I
pleased.
didn't fly any drones per se, but I was at an air show.
Oh, nice.
The World War II weekend, and that is like being on a movie set for 3 days, because it's not just an air show. There are various encampments, the German, the British, Japanese, obviously, the American, and different units with the American. And they had, various planes there, and the Commemorative Air Force was there with their 2 heavy bombers, B-24 and B-29. And I know one of the flight engineers for the B-29, Joe, and he put my Insta-1 360 X2, or however you say that, on the bottom of the B-29. And I got some really nice video from the bottom of the B-29, 360 video, maybe
Interesting.
first video or 360 video from the bottom of the B-29. Be kind of cool.
Cool
There's
to
only
see.
2 of those flying anymore. So yeah, I'm working on that, using the desktop app to process that a little bit. Working out the best presentation. Might have to play with that in Premiere.
Did you say, was that an Instant 360?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the X2 or the X2.
2. Yeah.
Ah, right.
I don't have the 2. I have the 1, but it works good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was great. Unfortunately, the way he had it, the plane, the fuselage is like this, and he didn't have the camera like this. He had it like that. It was just the way that the orientation of the holder was for it, and how it screwed on and stuff like that. So you can see just a little bit of the stitch line.
Oh, you got that seam line,
Yeah,
right?
and it's not bad. It's barely perceptible, but I'm looking at the video with a critical eye. But nevertheless, I mean, it is really cool to see. So I got 30 minutes. I think it can only take 30 minutes at max, and then it'll switch to a new clip. So, and I can't stitch those clips together in a desktop app. I don't think I can. So I'm gonna have to do that in Premiere Pro.
Well, 30 minutes has to take up a lot of space, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, that one clip as rendered is 48 gigs.
Oh my gosh.
and that's without the other 15 minutes attached onto the back end of it.
Right.
So it's probably going to be like a 60 gig, because it's being rendered, or I'm rendering it as a 360 video, so it's 5.7K.
Got a lot of extra information that folks won't see unless they pan around. They'll see it, but right.
How long does it take? How long does it take for it to render, Jenna?
It depends on your processor, but what do you?
Yeah,
That's why I'm asking her, because I use it too, and I've got a big processor, and I know how long it would take me.
Well, I use a desktop app for the Insta360 Studio. I don't know, an hour, 90 minutes.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's rocking. That's good.
You're on
Hey,
Apple
guys,
products or PC, regular computer?
It's a Dell.
Okay,
Inspire.
so it's a PC type, PC, not Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If she's using Premiere, she's going to be on a PC.
I think
Yeah,
Dell should
it's
do well.
Premiere. It's a Series 700 gaming laptop.
Oh, you got the gaming one, so it's an i7 probably.
Get it?
Okay.
Yeah.
i5 or i7. Yep. I just got an i9 from Dell, so I haven't been playing with it a whole lot. I need to get that thing going.
Yeah.
Al knows all about the one I got like
Yeah.
6 months ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happened about a year ago. Hey guys, if you're in the chat, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. I know we got like 16, 18 people in the chat. So
Yeah. Welcome everybody in. If let's see, we got Johnny, we got Chris. I know you called out some of these folks already. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. So you're working on the videos for that, and we're anxiously awaiting to see what that looks like.
Yes.
Well, today I released a video, and there was the video competition. I know you commented on it, Jenna. Thank you so much for commenting. It's always nice to see somebody comment on your videos. And thanks for doing that. It was a short little video for a competition, a video competition held here in Richmond. So it was pretty cool. I had a good time making it. It's a quick hitter. You have to make a video under 2 minutes, and it has to cover all the events there that they have.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, bike rides, running.
So more or less like a highlight reel of the whole weekend. Huh?
Yeah. Let me see if I find it. I'll share it with y'all.
Is that the one, the Richmond Adventure and Music Festival River Rock?
Yeah.
I see that one.
You got it? You want to share it? I'll put it on.
I can. Hold on. Is the audio okay?
Yeah, the audio's okay.
All right, let me see if I can share it and make sure I share the audio with it.
Yeah, you can just share it as a file.
Share system audio. There we go. Screen. Let me do a tab.
Hey, Mikey Fly Zone Drone is dropping by, man. I saw your new video got released today. I'll get a chance to look at it later. And Bryan, man, I'll tell you what, Bryan is just getting ready to release some.
I'm here, brother.
All right, I got the video up there, Al.
Okay, waiting for it to pop up.
Oh,
there it is. I see it. It's on the second row.
There we go.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, okay, you're sharing the metrics too? Okay, gotcha. Make a like, please.
You should have hit him right there and knocked him off.
I know. Can you enlarge your screen there?
Oh,
Brett?
sorry. Yep, sorry. Coming up.
Yeah, so Subaru was one of these dogs jumped some, they're so cool. And as they were jumping and landing, I was putting my camera in the water. And that's my thumbnail picture there. And then the bike races. They're grueling, man. You gotta go up
you had to go hiking a little bit to get up in that trail.
Yeah, that weekend I hiked 16 miles.
Wow.
And the speed climbers are crazy.
Look at that. Crazy. Good grief.
I was expecting to see you, Brad, now kind of doing that.
And then
I don't think so, Jenna.
And of course, you got to end it all with good music and a cocktail with an ND filter on your camera.
Wow. Nice. You pulled in some good light there.
I did that. Thanks. Yeah, that Air 2S is a good camera. Very good camera. So, anybody want to share a video? Bryan, you got anything you want to share?
No.
No.
I already just put everything I had laying around. It's all in my archive drives already.
I totally get it. Hey, DWUAVP is here, and welcome. Definitely good to see you here. Top of the morning. Oh man, top of the morning. That must mean they're on your side of the world, Robbie.
Might be. Yeah.
Yep. So it sounds like by the I guess that must be Australia. Let us know where you're from, DWE. Appreciate letting us know. All right.
Rob, what time is it where you're at?
What's that?
Rob, what time is it where you're at?
Right now here at 6:14 a.m.
Yeah.
Yep. So my day is just beginning.
I got
the bad thing is having to get up this morning, get on the show. My wife's up by 5 here each morning.
Oh.
And she does a workout before she goes to work, right?
Cooks breakfast, cooks my lunch, gets everything ready.
Probably washes
the man's dream.
Washes clothes, vacuums the house, makes the beds. Man,
cleans his
Seriously,
toenails and all that stuff, right?
works all day, comes
Huey
home,
is in
cooks
Ireland.
dinner, does homework, and starts all over again. And it's just the culture here. It's the way they do it. If you don't let them do it, they get upset. So
Mm.
So
Seriously.
you'll just let her do it then, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I gave up. I tried to change it a little bit, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't Americanize her. I keep my mouth shut.
So it's looks like it's midnight. Is it midnight? Yeah, it's midnight in
Right.
Ireland, guys. It's actually 1 in the morning, 1:16 in the morning. Wow.
Hmm.
Wow, thanks for letting us know. That's cool. Very cool. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's get back on topics. Let's talk about this new DJI Avata Cinewhoop. And the other thing we need to talk about is, why do we love to hate, and or shall we say, why we have a love-hate relationship with DJI? So, mm, what are you guys thinking about this little 3-inch Cinewhoop that's going to be coming out, and what do you think the price point's going to be? So
Ugh.
I'll
I think it'll be more durable than the FPV they got now because everybody that gets it crashes it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So I
yeah,
think
yeah.
the
I agree.
durability is going to be a big plus there.
The current
The
FPV
gimbal
is
will
very
still be a
fragile.
little fragile. But let me start with Brian. What do you
Yeah.
think about this little sucker?
Well, I was reading about it today on a couple of websites, and I don't do FPV. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to buy the thing. Okay, I just don't do it because I get motion sickness too bad, so I can't do it. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a bad product, and it's got the new I guess they have some new goggles going on there. So I mean, if FPV's your bag, I mean, it doesn't look like it's a bad product. I don't think it's going to tear up as bad as the other one did. The other one, if you wrecked it, it got tore up pretty bad. Even though the people that I know that have one never wrecked theirs. So I can only
Yeah,
go by what people like Al told me that people wrecked them, or the YouTube videos I seen. People tore them up, but I didn't know them. The people I know that have them never wrecked them. So I don't know like any firsthand knowledge of like any of my friends. None of my friends called me and told me, oh, don't buy this because, you tear it up and this, that, and the other. So I don't have any actually firsthand knowledge of that. But like I said, the people I know that have them never wrecked them. So
you think it's going to be a big seller, Brian?
well, I mean, anything DJI puts out, if it's any good, it's going to sell.
And they don't make
They
bad
don't.
products.
They don't put nothing out that they don't think is going to sell well.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
even that FPV thing sold well. They know.
Yeah, I fly it. I flew it this weekend. Almost lost it, but yeah, I fly it.
I mean,
Anyway,
this thing doesn't
Yeah.
look. I mean, from the size of this thing, it only looks like it's about that big. It
yeah,
doesn't have anywhere near the footprint of the other thing.
yeah, and it's like almost a standard frame, except for the only difference is it's going to have a
Yeah.
camera you can pitch up and down.
What do you think?
Just like that. That's a 3-incher right there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
Yeah.
going to be about a 3-incher, right? Yeah, it's going to look like something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it is. That's the center. What 25, 2.5.
Yeah.
Al, I got the DJI drone DJ website pictures up right at the moment. If you want to share my screen.
Yeah, sure. So with that said, Brett, so what do you think about it?
I
What
mean,
do you
I'm
got?
interested. I'm interested in it.
Yeah,
That's
that's
just a pic.
the video article I was reading today on it.
Yeah, that's the drone DJ site.
Right.
And there's the goggles as well, which look like they're a lot narrower than the other ones.
Yeah, it
Right.
definitely have a
Yeah.
smaller footprint, right?
So that's interesting as well. But the only thing I see that's coming is that this unit's probably not going to be compatible with our current goggles.
Probably
know,
not.
I'm just guessing the way DJI does things. That
Right. Well, they're good at making stuff not compatible. They're real good at that.
Yeah,
Right,
and,
right.
and there's that love-hate relationship we're always talking about, right?
Yep,
Because,
yep.
we love their products, but we hate the fact that they don't make them backwards compatible with the other product lines.
Will the goggles work with the older FPV?
I'll bet you there's going to be an aftermarket product. Currently, they're saying no. That's the word on the street, but it could be wrong. it's got to be something where you get a patch panel you can put on your goggles, kind of Jenna, kind of similar to the iFlight, patch that you can put on your goggles so you can fly analog,
Yeah, that's the
drone.
thing. That's the patch thing that I bought, right, Al? That I
Right.
haven't
You got,
installed it yet, but I've got it.
yeah, you got that patch panel, so you'll be able to do the analog vision
So
there.
this is going to be a digital drone,
Oh
right?
yeah, I would think so. Yeah,
So if it's not, all right, so just for advocate's sake, okay, if it's not going to be compatible with something like this, then it's going to be an entirely different signal system, so to
maybe
speak.
OS 4. I don't know.
And then, so that makes anything that they've got out now, CADX, blah, 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 like all of that obsolete. Are they going to come out with an entirely different line?
It
Or
looks that way, Jenna.
are they going to a la carte this new drone in the sense people could just buy the drone and not the goggles? Because they could get more sales if they were doing it that way, or is it just going to have to be specifically a package deal?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a package deal to begin with.
I think it's going to be a package deal.
Yeah, I
He's
agree.
right.
At
And
least,
then
at least,
I think what they're going to do is I think they're going to make it a package deal, and they're going to do something like they did. Like I said, DJI likes to make the stuff not compatible, but like they did with the Air 2S with the special controllers and all that. Remember that? How they
yeah,
put it out there, and then they got their sales from it, and then they updated it
Exactly.
that you could use the thing later. You know how?
right,
So they
right.
might actually put out a package deal. It won't be backwards compatible with the other thing, but then after they get their initial sales bump and 6 months
Yeah.
down the road, they might put out a patch. Okay, well now this will work with the other one, or
Well,
this, that,
it's
and
all
the other.
it's obvious why they do that because they sell more product.
Right. But I
Well,
think
I would,
I think that's how they're going to wind up going with this
Right.
deal.
All right, so
I
I'm going to
agree.
go and throw a wrench into the conversation and talk about the divergence of the FPV product line. That the air unit is now marketed through RunCam and through Cadex, right? And so why did they diverge that section of the business away, right? And so it looks like they've been kind of hedging the bets for over a year now, and they're probably going to keep internally the new whatever Air Unit 2 version 2.0, whatever you want to call it, that's coming out with this new protocol. The other thing that people are talking about is that the goggles are only showing two antennas versus four, but doesn't mean that the other two antennas are not in the patch system like you get the iFlight patch, mod now. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to make it backwards compatible. They're only going to push it forward.
Yeah,
Will they make it compatible with the DJI FPV system that they have now? The DJI FPV drone that everybody loves to hate because it's so fragile.
maybe,
I don't
possibly.
Maybe. I'm hoping they do. Um, but we'll never know. Beautiful thing about it is being able to pitch that camera up and down. So
Mhm.
that'll be nice because it's basically going to be an indoor flying drone, really. I
that's
Well,
mean,
let's go.
that's going to need it,
Yeah, yeah,
right? I
true.
mean, that's the purpose of the system is you're going to have that. You're going to have more utility over putting like the bones on a bigger version of this because the bones can do 5.K or
7. Yeah,
5.7K.
right.
So you're going to have something that's like, I mean, if it's going to be like a Cinewhoop, right? Then okay, well, it's going to have to be really good at the Cine part more so than I'll just get another whoop and put a bones on it.
Yeah, it's going to be 1K transmission coming back to the goggles versus the 720 we're seeing on the version 2 goggles that we have today. So
What do we
definitely.
even? I know you started this conversation or part of it about asking what folks thought the price was going to be. I don't have a clue, but it seems like to me if it's a paired up thing with those goggles, that could
Yep.
be $1,000
I'm
plus,
I'm
right?
guessing $1,200, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say 1,000 to $1,200 range.
Yeah, because you got a camera that's going to have a one-axis gimbal, pitch up and down, right? So you're going to have a servo, not a servo. You're going to have a brushless motor on that to be able to pitch that camera up and down. So that's going to be the weak point that's going to break on that thing. But I really like the idea about just taking the guts completely out of that unit and putting it on a 5-inch or something. You know what I mean? Because then you could just, all you have to do is rip out the VTX and move it. Why would you do that for something that expensive? I don't know, but you could have that flexibility, and maybe they'll be able to sell that separately in the future. And I think people would buy for sure.
Well,
For the
right
sake,
now, the FPV system is 1,000. So
yeah,
Yeah,
Right.
they're going
true.
to
Now, but
Well,
But as
it
a
was
center,
it was 1,300.
yeah, it was. It was more, right? Was it?
It was
Was it
thir-
$12.99 when it
it was-
Yeah,
started?
it was $12.99.
39.
So they're going to have to offer more capability than what
Do you
that,
think?
no,
Do you,
the
do you
FPV
think the
system has.
Cinewhoop would carry the price tag up that high, up to the same level? Maybe I
I
don't
would
know.
think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
$1,200. Yeah, yeah. And that's what I'm hearing from the panel. What do you guys think?
And that's
Think it's
fine, but I mean, I already
north
got
of 1,200?
goggles and a controller. I'm not going to pay $1,300 for an entirely new system.
right.
I
Get
heck
the
no.
extra.
Yeah, it's going to have something that everybody doesn't
And you
have,
know
and
it's going to be
that,
a proprietary controller. It's going to be only locked into that unit too. So that
right.
really sucks. They're
At
probably not
least
going
for
to open that up for use for
at
anything
least
else.
for a while, right?
Maybe if we're lucky, they'll open it up if they start selling their VTX system separately. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's see what people in the chat are saying here, guys.
Yeah, there's Jim's
Camera
droning
has to
saying
be good, so no
saying
GoPro
it's,
mount.
yeah,
Okay.
Jim's droning saying that's too much. I'm assuming what we were talking about on the price point. We think it might be.
If it has a
Um,
controller, maybe not so much.
maybe the controller's going to have to be. I don't know. It's going to have to be a lot better than the other one, I would think, to be pushing $1,200 for that setup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now, Brad,
Because
is
I
that
mean,
what they're saying that new little one, the 3-inch, is going to be $1,200?
no speculation on our part, I guess.
Yeah, and we're talking the whole kit, you know.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Yeah.
the whole kit.
The
So it'll be
goggles.
controllers, goggles.
Goggles, controller, like the
To
other.
your
Right.
point, Brian, they're going to sell this stuff together first. They're not going to sell it separately.
Right. Exactly.
And then it's going to be at a premium price, I would think, because it's a new product. It's not
Right.
going to be like they're at previous FPV, so it's a
Yeah,
new
and then
product.
you saw the goggles, how thin they are, like the
Yeah,
felt.
absolutely.
They're
It'll
gonna
be really
make 'em-
nice,
Right.
slim.
Get
Right.
away from the big bulky thing.
Right. I think the other ones are still cool looking though. It makes you look like a fighter pilot or something, right?
Right.
I really like all the products you can put on there.
Oh, I
You
know. Yeah, you put all
all the
kinds of
wraps on it.
graphics and all kinds of stuff on it.
Yeah. It looks like you put it on. It looks like a skeleton or a cute little figure. Like
Robbie,
you
do
can't
you have the original FPV? No, you don't have the original. I thought you had one at one time. Okay. No.
Yeah, I think you bought the goggles, didn't you, Robbie? At one
Yeah,
time.
I bought the stuff, but when I got ready to come here and pack everything in my bags, the weight really adds up really quick.
Well, you
know.
never flew it either, correct?
Yeah, no. I never even, I mean, actually, I bought it, turned around and resold most of the stuff to keep my luggage down because I was bringing so much stuff. After you bring like the fourth bag, when you're paying almost $400 a bag, you're like, I'll just buy it over there. So it's just easier for me to do here. But through the move and everything else, I've just not had time. But it's on my radar.
So yeah, did you see? I see what Charles just put in the chat, and you highlighted it out. That's the same thing I was saying about the Mini 3 Pro RC version.
Yeah,
but I ordered it anyway.
I know, right? So I think we're gonna end up in that same situation where it's gonna be so good that you gotta buy it.
Oh, Johnny
Once we
seems
saw the
Johnny
videos
think
coming out,
Johnny
we're like,
seems to think $1,500 maybe.
yeah, and Johnny, you might be right on that because if you think about it, it's going to be $500 for a pop. But generally speaking, like the DJI Black controller that you purchased for the Vista and Air unit today, it's only $300. I don't like that controller the way it feels in my hand, but it's a very good controller, and it looks just like the. Oh, we got the Phantom 4 controllers, Phantom 3 controllers. It's just like that. But they just is black. That's the only difference in the
Hey,
guts.
so I want to back up just for a second. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm thinking about what Jim's Droning said. They need to be at $799, $899 mark to be a fair kit. I agree with that statement. And here's a thought: those new goggles could be a downgraded, even though they're slim, they could be a downgraded version of the V2 goggles that might not have, as much capability as the V2s did, but at a better price point that gets folks into the FPV a little bit cheaper than the previous version, if that all makes sense.
Yeah, and
So if it's at $900 or so, and you've got a pair of goggles that resemble the V2s, but maybe not quite, kind of like what they did with the new RC controller for the Mini 3. I mean, it's nowhere
Exactly.
near. It's not like the previous model or the previous model to that. So maybe just speculation that they're coming out with a more budget friendly FPV kit with the goggles that
Right.
resemble the V2s.
Right. I mean,
but
a
they're
$1,500
1080p,
price
so
point is not very friendly to some
No,
new.
no, I agree.
You
You,
know,
you're right,
that's a
Brian.
little
You're
bit.
right. You're
That's
right.
a
But
little bit
it's
ridiculous.
friendlier than the $1,200,
Yeah.
original price point of the first FPV.
Yeah,
Right.
but if you
Brian,
get
big Alec
1K,
Artisan, yeah.
yeah, and if you get 1K resolution on your goggles, man, it makes a big difference. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
right. I'm sure. Yeah.
Because even with 720p resolution on the goggles today, man, you put those on compared to the analog goggles, you never go back to the analog goggles, right?
Yeah.
So
Makes
yeah,
makes
it's
sense.
interesting. So why do we love and hate DJI so much, guys?
Because they control the market. That's
Yeah.
the hates. That's the hate side of it, I guess.
They
I
run.
don't.
They run the
Hate's a
market.
Hey, hate's a strong word, but in this conversation, it is a love hate relationship with them because they have such a stronghold in the market because their products are superior in a lot of ways, not in every way, but there are a lot of great products out there. And Brian, you fly them. Al, you fly them. A bunch of folks fly different products that are non DJI, and I think there's plenty of them out there that are budget friendly for folks that have just as enough capability for those folks than the folks that spend more money on DJI products like some of us. And don't you don't have to howl at me, Al. I'm done.
Okay.
But I'm rambling on here. But I mean, it's just my opinion that they've got a stronghold in the market and they know it, and they're making it more so. I guess a more hating than what it was before because of the, I guess, proprietary type stuff that they're doing. You know,
well, the
Okay.
market's getting tougher, right? I mean, because you've got really nice kits that you can build. You can learn how to build, or the bind and flies. They're coming out, and what Rotor Riot's got their solder-free build. So the availability and ability to get into like FPV itself is changing, and if DJI is only going to go so long with a really nice camera drone. And the first foray, the FPV drone, was good. And now the next side of that, right? It's kind of too early maybe to come out with another version of that, or maybe they don't know what to do with the next version of like that per se. So, they've gone into a different style of drone.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm going to share my secondary screen, and I'm sure a lot of you that have the DJI app,
hey,
the store.
Max Air 420's in the house. I think
Hey,
he's just
Max,
trying to
what's going on,
DJI.
buddy?
Yeah.
DJI sucks whenever he comes on.
No, but it says that with all caps, so that's important.
All right, so how many of you all got this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is this set a new standard with DJI Pro 2020? What the hell is that all about? Huh?
Huh.
Anybody?
It's a
So,
Ronin. Whatever it is, it's connected to
Do
Ronin.
you think it's going to be a Ronin?
Oh no, if you look at the full advert for it, it's got the
Oh, it
Ronin
is a Ronin. Yes, I see
logo,
that.
and it's got a camera associated with it.
Yes, yes. So they got a
So
new
it's got to
Ronin.
be something
Let me pull
camera
mine out.
stabilization-ish type stuff.
So, are we going to be talking about the consumer grade one, or are we going to be talking about the big old unit that is used commercially?
That's a
Yeah, the
medieval
one,
weapon like the Ronin one,
the
like
one.
I've
Yeah,
got.
this one is a good one. You could freaking knock somebody out with this thing.
That's a beast right
This
there.
is a good swinger, man. Throw me a slow pitch, Robbie. Come on, throw me one.
Too much gear. We've hauled too much gear to go down to ground zone.
Yeah,
Oh, geez. Sorry about that, guys. That's my daughter.
camera transition system, and it might be something that'll hook on to maybe existing cameras. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. I mean, so it is a good catch. I didn't see the Ronin right there. Yeah, that is definitely a good catch. So is the new Ronin setting a new standard, huh? But if it says pro, it's probably going to be more in the enterprise business side, it looks like. So I was wondering about that. Is anybody interested in Ronins? Jenna, you're a big camera photographer.
I've got
But
the Ronin. I've got the Ronin one gimbal. I mean, hardly use it. I've only used it a couple times.
is it because it's too heavy or just a pain in the butt to balance? Or both?
Need one. I mean, just to be able to, I mean, I got to have something to use it on, basically. And I have used it. When I wanted to use it, like I'm glad I had it because I did a little video shoot at the Jenna C air show. Anyway, and so I was really glad to have it. But yeah, I mean, it's heavy, and I used it with a GH5 at that point, but now I've got the R5, and which is much. I mean, God, it's like what 3-4 times the weight of the GH5 with its little lens.
Right.
So I imagine it can handle it. But hell, I mean, I'd have to get a porter to handle that stuff.
I know you need a back strap to hold it, to kind
I
of like
would.
a
And
flag
that's
holder
you might as well
thing.
get one of those things and hang over you, and whatnot.
Hey,
It's like
hey,
a
Jenna,
portable
you should
jungle.
have seen. You should have seen what Mark Fisher was carrying around down at the South Florida drone meetup. He was carrying around this big old beast, getting in
Yeah,
everybody's face, back and forth, back and forth. That thing was awesome,
yeah,
but it was a beast.
it is a beast. Um, so Robbie, you had something you wanted to announce or show everybody. I know you've been working on the project with the NFC, and it's got the little drones that, and I'm going to put up that banner that we're
Okay.
and get that.
So basically, with these, with the drones that we've been printing out, I'm trying to open it up because I want to show you guys what one of the chip looks like. Because a lot of people are like, what kind of chip in it? What's it do? These are wet inlays, and they're it's like a sticker. You can see how thin it is. It's on here. They peel off. So as we're actually 3D printing these, and now we have black also. As we actually print these, we
Hey,
put
you
them
have
in.
to thank Greg Thompson for that. Harley FPV made Robbie buy black.
Yeah, he said, I got to have black. I was like, I don't have black. Make it happen. So now we have black. So he's the first one. Harley FPV is the first one to get the black ones that we have. But we put the chip inside. So as it starts printing enough layers, of course, to keep it waterproof, the chip is on the inside. You can see it better on this one.
Yep.
So, but what we've done is this. I mean, me and Al look back at when we go out flying. We have a lot of people that'll ask us, do you have a channel? Well, that's a broad question because, yeah, what do you mean? What channel? YouTube, Instagram? And a lot of us know that sometimes we might have a YouTube channel and go to get an Instagram, and it's taken. Someone else has got the name. It's just like when websites first started, you was like, hey, I want to get River City RVA, and you go there, and guess what? Someone else owns it, and you're like, crap. So it's hard to keep in mind when someone says, what's your channel? It's like when they say, what's your Venmo? I got to look it up because it's always different. It's like passwords. So as me and Al started flying, we noticed a lot of people coming up to us saying, hey, do you have a channel, this and that? And, we're trying to dig through, maybe find a QR code to one of the channels. So we figured, you know what? If we just put all the social medias on one domain, on one web address, and use a QR code when the early days. We'd show them the QR code and they would scan it and it would take them there. And QR codes are great if you have the app. Now I do know some of the phones you can just turn the camera on and it sees it's a QR code and it's built into the phone.
Mine
But
does.
a lot of the cell phones out now, they don't even have the scanning software on them. So as I started thinking about it, I thought, if we could get all the social medias on one page, that'd be great. But then we're back to the issue of getting to the website. So as we started printing out these drones, basically, when you're out flying and people come up, the first thing to do is have the phone. They're like, hey, what's your channel? Instead of actually having to give them the channel, just touch it. And let me use mine from my keychain here. You just take it here and touch it, and it takes you directly to the social media site.
Nice.
So you look at this. A lot of you guys that are going out and hiring a web designer and buying a domain name, because actually last year, me, Brad, Al, a bunch of us bought .lives because they're $2, $2 or $3 for the domain, and we started doing these social sites. And we noticed that we were getting more people in that would say, hey, oh, you got Instagram too. Oh, you have TikTok. They started joining them all. So we upped the game a little bit with these drones where it's a gimmick because people, hey, what do you got there? What is it? Oh, come here, let me see your phone. And here we do have some people that speak English in some areas that I fly. I get more people. I mean, when I go out, I usually get 4 to 6 subs every time I go fly because they're always, I can just touch it. So this is Jim Beauchart's page that we put up for him. And as you can see, we have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we've got his other YouTube channel, which is the little clown that's got his extras on there. But the way this is done is it's built in a way that it's dynamic. So when you look at it on the cell phone, it's not going to be left to right. It's going to be straight up and down. So it moves positions. So basically what we did is when we first started off, we had everybody sending us the information we needed directly in through the Facebook Messenger into. And honestly, it got so busy with everybody wanting to send their information on the same time. We actually made a form, and I sent you the form, Al, that you can click on and takes them over. What the form basically does is it's like an application. You fill out your name, the shipping address where we're going to actually ship it. You go in there and you upload your logo or your name if you're not using your logo, and you upload a background picture. And along with that, it's got a list of all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you just type in your channels and you hit submit, and it comes into us. And then once we get it, we build the page, and then the color of the chip that you want of the drone, we program it to that channel. So this is the page here. They're $15 a piece. There's a 2-piece minimum, so it's $30, and we cover the shipping on that. So we're not doing it for the money end. I think we make maybe a couple dollars off each one of them because we have to pay for the shipping to get it to you guys. But the whole issue was when me and Brad and Al and a group of us started buying the .lives, it's great, but then we were kind of like on our own promoting. So we're back to the position of competition with who's got the better website, who can get the traffic, who can do this. But so what we did this year is we switched and moved everybody that had the .live sites over to World Drone Community /social/ the name of your channel. That way we're all under one domain. And when our company markets for World Drone Community, it's marking for everybody that's in the community. So if Al gets 500 views or 1,500 views in a month on his, guess what? Jenna gets it, Brad gets it. We all get it, every one of us. So Google sees that, hey, World Drone Community is getting this traffic, so we all benefit from it. So we've built about 30 of these in the last week and a half, almost 2 weeks. We put 30 of these sites up already, and we have a pretty good list of people coming in that we're putting up more for. But there's so many people, but it helps everybody because we're getting huge amounts of traffic. And the good thing is, since it's under one domain, we've got a stats panel where I can look through there and see who's getting the hits, what they're looking at. all the information. So that's going to benefit us. And then when World Drone Community's website finally launches, once we're done, where we can use like the front page and all the other features, it'll even make it more popular. But it's a great way to get subscribers to all your social medias. I've had my channel, Al, 2 years, over 2 years, roughly in that range for that. And I've done good, but keep in mind, I work 8 or 10 hours a day pushing out stuff in social media for my travel tech channel. I've not done a lot for World Drone because we've been setting, trying to get the background stuff done. But I had my Instagram, I started it under 2 years ago. And I've already passed 20,000 subscribers. So when I post my stuff on my YouTube channel, I always put my thumbnails and put stuff in Instagram. Those people follow you. You would really be surprised. So by putting this all together, these are some of the sites that we built already. And we've got Al's also. And it's a great way for us to work as a group to get more traffic to Google, because the algorithms on YouTube are so crazy. Just go to the source. Google controls everything. We do our research and everything through them. So it's just a better route to do that. So, for you guys that want to be able to do this, let us know on how it works. Now, the way that we've got it set up now is this next week, we'll send off the first box from here of the keychains. And then after that, probably the issue is Al can print the keychains, but you got to have the programmer to program these chips. And that's the issue. So, I'll be back. And of course, I'll bring an extra programmer to Al. So as people get them, we can get them quicker. Now, keep in mind, we can provide QR code to you now. So as we build the site, you can use the QR code until the actual drone comes. And then we threw in a little bit of extra fun, and we made some custom ones. These are transparents, so you can actually see through the drone. And what these are little $10 gimmicks. Everybody's a winner. So when you get it, you can say, hey, along with my order, add 1, 2, 4 of these. And then when you scan it, it's going to pop up and say, hey, you won $10. Or, hey, you won a shirt. Hey, you won a drone. So we do have some of these that are linked into a drone. So as you get them, it's kind of like, what is it? When you raffle something off and you're buying raffle tickets, the only difference is everybody's a winner. Everybody's going to get something out of it. So you can order these, and as you get them, you scan them, and it brings up the site, and it'll say, hey, you got a Mini 2, you got a Mini 3, whatever. And we do have some drones in this. It's just not shirts and props and batteries for drones. It's other stuff. And if you win something, like we have some that are batteries, if you don't want an Air 2S battery, sell it to a friend. It's $80. These are $10.
Donate it to somebody who has one, like me.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
hey, so Al or Robbie, we need to link. We probably need to link in the chat or something, right?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and post all that for you guys. So
Okay.
we're gonna move on. Robbie, thank you for that. You guys
Hey, thanks.
need anything, contact Robbie or I, and we can get all this done. But I'm gonna put I'm gonna put in the chat the links to the form. I think I already put them in there, but I'm gonna put that in there right now.
Charles had a good question in here, and he said, what about updates? What if one of your clients gets a new social media group? You just email into us and we make the changes. They sell what they call NFC cards. That's what these are right here. And these are, if you've seen people that use the smart business cards, these are blank business cards that have the same chip on the inside of them. And what they do is they charge you about $20 to $29 for this card, and they'll put your name on it for you. And then when you're out sharing your contact information, you scan it and it takes you there. And people think, oh man, it's great, I don't have to buy business cards. The issue is, once you do the initial setup and you want to go in and make a change and say, hey, I want to change my phone number or my email address, guess what? You got to pay that $29 again. So they get you. So you think it's cheap, but in the long run, every time you modify something like a phone number or something like that, you got to pay again. These are forever. So once you set it up and you're in the system, anything that you want to add, because I do have people that have websites that sell products that say, hey, put a website link on there for me, or hey, can you drop an email address? Yes, we can do that. But it's better than these because it's on our network. We all benefit from it like that. It's a one-time deal. So once you pay for it and we put it out, it's for the community. It's not really to make money, but somebody's got to pay for the shipping. And I can't do the work free and give shipping free. We got to do something. So it's a great way to get subs.
Well,
Hey,
we're getting
Robbie,
some good comments. Good idea.
quick question for you, Robbie. Looking at the order form page, and
Yep.
you know, I'm interested in the $10 ones that you're going to be
Okay.
selling. That's not on this page currently, right?
No, it's not, because we actually printed them out yesterday. I wanted to see what they were going to look like, and
Okay.
I'll add that in there. But in the other notes where it says other, you can just put in there how many you want, and we'll just throw them in your package and send them to you. But everybody wins something that gets one of these. They get something out of it, and we've actually got decent stuff. I mean, we've got some that have the screens for the smart controllers. They're 3 packs that come in there for the glass for the smart controller. So it's just a way of covering the cost for some of the stuff, but most of them are gifts, smaller gifts. But again, with that, we are going to have some drones hooked to this. So this $10 may get you a brand new drone. And we're not doing anything like $69 drones. 99%, anything that you get that's going to be big and through this is probably going to be like a DJI or a full-fledged drone with controller and everything in that. And we will sell enough of them to cover the cost on that, because just so far what we've gotten in from people to buy just the regular ones, there's enough interest out there for people to be able to do that. And I mean, we're all here to grow our channels. I mean, most of us are. And I had a couple of people tell me, hey, I'm more of a hobbyist, but yet I'm more on the photography end. Well, think about it. If you're a photographer, even though you're using a camera, but you have a drone and you offer that service too, go out and hire a web designer and look what it costs when you spend $1,200–1,500 to build a website. If you're just doing it for traffic, you will make more money on the drone end by people looking at a website where they say, wow, this guy's on YouTube. Oh, he's on Instagram. He's here and here. We know who he is. So they give some legitimacy to somebody doing business with you, compared to this guy having a website as a photographer and having a picture that he does aerial photography.
Hey, Robert.
How, yeah.
I'm going to just want to say hi to some new people jumping in here. We got Bill from Coast to Coast. Thank you for dropping by. And looks like we had a couple more people here that I missed. Let's see, who else? Oh, Max, we've mentioned. So, yeah, it's a good idea, guys. So just check out that link for the forum if you're interested in purchasing something like this, and fill it out. Send it to Robbie or I, and then we'll go from there. All right. So any videos you all want to share? Anybody else want to jump in? Let us know. I'll put the link in the chat if you're feeling, oh, okay, I can't do it right now. I was going to share a video. This is my daughter's wedding. It took her a whole year to do her wedding reception because of COVID. She got married in the middle of COVID. And the governor in Virginia had a 20-person restriction for gatherings. And so this Memorial weekend, we had this wedding. so much fun, guys. You wouldn't believe how long we partied out there, man.
Congratulations, Al.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much. It was a lovely, lovely evening. That place is in the middle of nowhere in Virginia, but
There's a
the
lot of
new,
those places in Virginia.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Susan Lee. Appreciate you saying that. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, it was gorgeous. I noticed when she's coming out for the wedding, she had her hair long, but at the reception, she had it up.
It's
She
usually
had
the other
it
way around,
cut in
right?
the middle of the wedding.
I hope
Yes,
that
she hired a hairstylist, right, to do all the ladies' hair, and then after she got married again, celebration, she had her hair cut, and we were like, "What?"
so she did cut it for the
She had,
reception.
yeah, she had it cut
God.
in the middle of the reception. Yeah,
Wow.
in the middle of that celebration, she changed dresses and had her hair cut in the middle of the celebration. Good
Wow.
catch. I was going to mention that. I'm so glad you caught it.
That's
It's apparently the thing to do nowadays. I mean,
pretty bold.
it is. It is. And she
It
was
worked for me after I got married. I got a haircut.
like,
Yeah, I'm obviously single, so I haven't. So
Just here.
yeah. So it was definitely a beautiful event. And so if you drank too much, you got on the school bus and got taken back to the hotel. And I'm telling you,
That's funny.
I was like, I do not want to ride a
Did you?
school bus
Oh, you
back.
didn't ride the bus, Al? You sure
No,
about
heck
that?
no. I do not want to ride. So I was good. I was a good little Boy Scout. I paced myself. I spilled most of my drinks because I spent all my time dancing. And
I'm
I'll
not
tell you,
surprised with that.
yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast. But
Having a
I'll
good
tell
time.
you, those young folks dancing, they get wild. I mean, the girls get wild doing all sorts of good things that we as parents go, oh my goodness. And it was an amazing event. And I wasn't allowed to fly my drone, but I did like afterwards, where everybody had a lot of drinks, so nobody even noticed it.
see,
And
you
that's
need
how
one
I
of these
got.
little ones.
Yeah, I know I should have, right? And
Did
I
Jill tell
really
you how
wanted
to
to fly it right into the venue and just sit it right above me to cool me off,
You,
and have one of those fans. But
Al, you said you weren't allowed to fly. Was that per your daughter or per the venue?
my
for Joey?
yes, my daughter, yeah. But after I made that video, she said, "Oh, that's so cute. I really like it." I was like, "Oh, I'm so glad because I could have gotten so much trouble." Um, so Roanoke, Virginia, I had a chance to fly there. It was really, really, really nice place to fly.
Roanoke's a pretty place.
Yeah, and that was that sphere picture I posted from the Roanoke Star.
The
And I
star.
think the
Yeah.
comment was Texas is always trying to buy that star, and of course, and they never sell it because Roanoke, Virginia, is known as the Star City.
Yeah.
It's a
So it's
beautiful
really
place.
pretty place. Really pretty place. It killed me riding my bike up there, by the way. I had to
Yeah.
walk.
Just stay off of Interstate 81 when you're down that way.
Oh man, yeah. It's 81 all the way up through New York, Binghamton, and all that. It's always rough.
In Roanoke, the Appalachian Trail comes through there, and there's
Yep.
one little area that's got like a Hardee's and everything down at the bottom. And a lot of people, you'll see them walking out of the Appalachian Trail down to the store to get food, and then walking back up in there and continuing on that trail.
Yeah, that's just a little bit south of Roanoke. I know exactly where you're talking about,
Yeah,
Robert.
Trout, I think
Yep.
it's Troutville.
Yeah, it's just south of Roanoke. Yep. Right off of Interstate 81, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
And you can take that Appalachian, not the Skyline Drive, all the way from there, all the way to North Carolina. I think North Carolina, all the way through Virginia. One of the most picturesque drives you can ever make. By the way, the unfortunate thing is it's a national park, so flying
Yep.
it's a tough thing to do there. But good stuff. We've had some really good folks jumping in here, guys. We've been talking for a while, so a bit over an hour. People are starting to drop off. So with that said, I know Robbie, you've done your shameless promotions.
Yeah.
Bryan, you got any shameless promotions you want to talk about or promote?
Nope.
No? Okay. All right. So we'll move on to Brad. B
No,
Brad.
no, I don't have any sales promotions. Just still looking forward to getting the Mini 3. The dates moved up 3 times this week. I was supposed to get it last week, and it was supposed to arrive today, and now it's saying arriving tomorrow. And then my Fly More Plus kit is I think on its way as well. I'm not 100% sure on that because I think the label's been created. So my drone label was created on the 27th, and it just shipped a couple of days ago. So anyway, that's all I have.
Well, you know, you're going to be my new best friend, right?
It should be here tomorrow.
I'm coming over, man.
I hope it's here tomorrow, but yeah, we can chat. Yep.
So it looks like Bill just
Well, you need to come out. You need to come out anyway, Al. We got to do some laser engraving.
Yeah, I do. So
When you get your controller, Brad, remember this name right here.
Simic.
These are the glass covers. These are the glass covers for the remote. They'll fit them all. It's for the remote, for the glass part. Yep. Very nice 3-pack. You buy them on Amazon.
Cool. Yeah, I have to look at that right now because I'm all about protection.
Yeah.
I mean, man. And that's for everything.
Yeah, they have beveled edges on it, so they're not.
Sorry, you threw us a softball on that one, Brad, but I'm not going to hit that one, okay?
Yeah, I know. I wasn't going to go there either.
Yeah, right. I heard that.
So, Jenna, it's up to you. What do you want to promote? Or
well, I guess my shameless promotions will be to happily promote everybody else that's in the chat and their channels.
Oh, great. That is great.
Just happy to have everybody here and make sure we cross-subscribe, and thank you for Robbie doing, what he's doing, for Drone World Community.
Yeah,
because anything that helps the community of drones helps all of us, and that's
helps all of us, especially
the reason
some of the
why
people
we're here.
that have smaller channels. Yeah.
Yep.
And it looks like Steve, Drone Seekers International, just joined us. Hey, Steve.
Oh. How you
Thanks
doing?
for dropping by from across the pond. I really look forward to seeing your videos from that, that whole outing you had there at the air show. And I especially look forward to seeing that B-29 footage from
360 footage.
Yeah.
That's
so I want to give the commemorative Air Force first crack at it, but
of course, yeah.
So but after I give it to them, then I'll play with it and do something with it. But yeah, to get like 30-40 minutes of video just on YouTube of a B-29 flying around in circles in an air show might be a little boring. But for those that are World War II, B-29, like enthusiasts and stuff like that, I'll take it. It'll be kind of a nice little background.
Yeah. We don't see that normally.
Yeah. And with the Insta 360, you can change your view so often, so it'll make it more, dynamic. You know what I mean?
Yep. No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So.
All right. Bryan, thanks. Brad, thanks. Robbie, thanks. Jenna, thanks.
Yep.
And everybody in the chat, thanks for coming by. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys. All right. With that said, let's all say goodbye.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye. Good night.
Good night, all.
Good to see everybody.
Bye. Bye.